This is your daily briefing, and you're most welcome to it. Chelsea at the weekend, Sunday in fact, and everything revolves around that big clash. Lily White Rose is a decent Twitter account, and they believe that Son Heung-Min and Eric Dyer trained with the squad yesterday at Hotspur away, ahead of the game. And we're going to look at, I've got a list here of the ins and outs. Now, this is from the Premier League injury website, but I have to say it's neither conclusive nor exhaustive. I don't believe Nuno has it within his character to sort of play those sort of games as jigs and reels about, oh yeah, he doesn't look good and all that business. I just think we're at one of those sort of Harry Redknapp bare bones moments, and a lot of this is going to go down to the late fitness tests. So what I've done in order to make as much of a meal of this as possible, I'll be showing you my plausible 11 very shortly, but there's actually some swap-ins and swap-outs, because there's stuff that I don't think he wants to do, and there's stuff that I'm hesitant to say that it could happen. ESPN have run with the story that Kane needs to remind Tottenham of his quality after the summer saga. All I can say is that ESPN would be better placed talking to people about how creative Tottenham could do with being if they want to get the best out of Kane. The real problem is that we're just simply not set up for that. And Nuno is, to my mind, a substandard Mourinho. And if Mourinho was in charge while we were playing this class of football that we have been this season, people would be throwing their shoes at the screens. There wouldn't be any joy there at all. But he's a patsy, and people are kind of sympathetic, feel sorry for him, and saying, "Oh, now I'll give him till Christmas. Gotta, what can he do? His hands are tied." Which I just feel I'm a little bit peeved about. I just think Mourinho is the dog that always gets kicked, and it just doesn't stack up. And to which end, here's a couple of numbers here just to show you, this isn't about feelings, this is about facts. This is both from the BBC. Nuno Espírito Santo's teams have failed to score in the first half of 83 of his 118 Premier League games that he's been in charge of. So that predates us. You speak to any Wolves fans, it was never, there was no Hollywood moments there either. It's all about, as Dirty said to us a couple of days ago, keeping the back door shut and then seeing if you can chance something. Kane has had only 2 shot attempts in his 200 minutes of Premier League playing time so far this season. And, I just don't see that Nuno's going to be able to get a better tune out of the tools that he has in the box. Fabulous responses to a club tweet that I'll put up here about full focus on Sunday, and they had this kind of, you can see on the picture surely, they're sort of slightly, it's like when you take a portrait image and the stuff in the background, the hinterland is a little bit blurry, and you can see a couple of players with their heads down. They don't look like they're focused at all. A couple of great responses. One, "You mean we'll be asleep in defence and play like shit? At this rate, if we played Floyd Mayweather in a game of Scrabble, we'd lose." And another one added, "You can focus all you like, guys, but I can't see this being a good day for us, as much as I'd like it to be, and it pains me to say. There's a growing feeling that you've got yourselves to blame, and your underwhelming transfer window and inability to plug the necessary gaps." I think the jig is up. I think everybody feels like this. There will be nitwits out there who have a different take on things, and good luck to them, because they're just not in touch with the reality. Okay, so let's spin through. Tanganga suspended. Romero, Lo Celso, Sanchez, 50% chance of playing according to the Premier League thing. Now the deal with those guys, I'm being attacked by a wasp here, for those of you who don't like me, you'll be pleased to hear. 50% chance of playing, it says here on the Barclays Premier League injury website. But the reality is that they landed in London this morning, if I have it right, and it's this afternoon on Saturday that they'll join in with the rest of the troops for training. How are they going to be match fit? Just tell me, how are they going to be match fit? I don't mean fit, but I mean fit to play 90 minutes Premier League, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea Football Club. I'm really struggling. Sessegnon 25%, but largely irrelevant surely at this stage. Sonny 25%, Dyer 25%. Please, Lily White Rose, let your info be right. And Moura and Bergwijn both look to be in a fair amount of pain with the going off of their injuries. But Moura's listed at 50% and Bergwijn at 25%. If I could prefer to see one of the two, it would be Moura, but I think they're just going to have to do without him. Like I say, I don't think it's within Nuno's craft to be playing fun and games with the situation. I think we are really close to the edge here. So anyway, here's the plausible 11. As you can see, I've gone with Hugo, Reggie, Dyer, Sanchez and Emerson at the back, and it's the midfield which is our most, the most troubling aspect. Will his hands be forced and he'll have to play Gil? Gil can only play on the left, in which case that would push Dele out to the right. Sonny off the back of Kane. Højbjerg in the middle. I'd love to see Tongi play, but is he going to deliver again after that 80 minutes midweek? And midweek again, if he played skip, does that mean that Winks is coming in? Lo Celso is a player that I have tons and tons of hope about, and I try not to get emotionally involved because I'm, a grown-up, but or emotionally invested, more correctly. But the deal with him is, I think when he's at his best, and maybe this is the same problems we had with Eric Lamela, which is to say his best you got once every full moon. He's an exciting player who can make things happen. But is he going to be fit to get off the plane from Croatia, come to London, come to the Hotspur away and be ready to rock and roll at Stamford Bridge? I'm struggling to see it. So it's a tough game for Nuno on Sunday. I've done a tape. I'm very dry on it. You'll be surprised to hear. So I'll be interested to see what Chelsea's official YouTube channel make of that. I'll put the link in the description. And I'll be back tomorrow nice and early and see if we can do a daily briefing before the game and see if there's any mop-up of injury news or speculation that we can find. Tough game, and I'll be watching from behind the sofa. Good luck. Keep it Tottenham.